Death Comes for the Archbishop is a historical novel written by Willa Cather and published in 1927. The story is set in the mid-19th century and follows the life of Jean-Marie Latour, a French Catholic priest who was sent to New Mexico to become the bishop. Latour's mission is to establish the church in the new territory and spread Christianity to the Native Americans. The novel is notable for its vivid descriptions of the Southwest landscape and the clashes between the Catholic Church and the local indigenous cultures. It also explores the themes of faith, friendship, and the passing of time. The book has had a significant influence on the public and literary world since its publication. It is considered a classic of American literature and has been praised for its lyrical prose, historical accuracy, and depiction of the clash of cultures.
Deliverance is a novel by James Dickey, published in 1970. The story follows four friends Ed, Lewis, Bobby, and Drew who decide to take a canoe trip down a river in Georgia before it is dammed and turned into a lake. The group encounters a series of challenges, including dangerous rapids, a brutal attack by violent locals, and the struggle to survive in the wilderness. The novel explores themes of masculinity, violence, and the relationship between man and nature. It has been praised for its vivid descriptions of the natural world, its portrayal of the primal instincts of human beings, and its examination of the psychological trauma that can result from violence. Deliverance has had a significant influence on popular culture and is considered a classic of American literature. It was adapted into a critically acclaimed film in 1972 and has been referenced in numerous other works of literature and film.
Dog Soldiers is a novel by Robert Stone, published in 1974. The story follows journalist John Converse and his friend Ray Hicks as they attempt to smuggle a large quantity of heroin from Vietnam into the United States. The plan goes awry when Hicks steals the drugs and goes on the run, with Converse and his wife Marge in pursuit. The three become entangled with a cast of characters including drug dealers, hippies, and government agents. The novel explores themes of betrayal, disillusionment, and the corruption of American society during the Vietnam War era. It has been praised for its complex characters, vivid descriptions of drug culture, and its exploration of the darker side of the American dream. Dog Soldiers has had a significant influence on American literature and has been cited as an important work of postmodern fiction. It won the National Book Award in 1975 and has been adapted into a film, Who'll Stop the Rain, starring Nick Nolte.
Falconer is a novel by John Cheever, published in 1977. The story follows the life of Ezekiel Farragut, a college professor who is incarcerated in a New York State prison for murdering his brother. The novel explores Farragut's struggle to come to terms with his guilt and to find a way to live in a world that seems to have abandoned him. The novel deals with themes of redemption, isolation, and the search for meaning in a chaotic world. It has been praised for its poetic language and its exploration of the human psyche. Falconer has had a significant influence on American literature and has been cited as one of the most important novels of the 20th century. It was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize and has been adapted into a play.
Go Tell It on the Mountain is a novel by James Baldwin, published in 1953. The story follows the life of John Grimes, a young African-American boy growing up in Harlem in the 1930s. The novel explores John's struggle to come to terms with his identity, his family's history, and his place in the world. The novel deals with themes of religion, race, and sexuality, and has been praised for its exploration of the complexities of African-American life. It has had a significant influence on American literature and has been cited as a seminal work of the African-American literary tradition.
Gone with the Wind is a novel by Margaret Mitchell, published in 1936. The story is set in Georgia during the American Civil War and Reconstruction era, and follows the life of Scarlett O'Hara, a headstrong Southern belle who is forced to adapt to changing times and circumstances. The novel deals with themes of love, loss, and survival, and has been praised for its vivid portrayal of Southern culture and history. It has had a significant influence on American popular culture and has been adapted into a film, a musical, and a television miniseries.
Gravity's Rainbow is a complex and surreal novel written by Thomas Pynchon and published in 1973. Set during the end of World War II, the novel follows the adventures of various characters who are connected to the development and use of the V-2 rocket by the Nazis. The novel is known for its intricate plotting, its use of various narrative styles, and its depiction of themes such as entropy, paranoia, and the effects of technology on society. It has been both celebrated and criticized for its challenging and experimental nature, and has influenced many writers and artists in the years since its publication.
Herzog is a novel written by Saul Bellow, published in 1964. The novel is considered to be one of Bellow's most celebrated works, and it won the National Book Award in 1965. The novel follows the life of Moses Herzog, a Jewish intellectual and writer living in the United States. Herzog is going through a midlife crisis and is struggling with the failure of his marriages, his relationships with his children, and his own identity as a writer and intellectual. Through a series of letters and internal monologues, Herzog reflects on his life and the world around him, grappling with themes such as love, identity, and the pursuit of happiness. Herzog is often praised for its deep and insightful exploration of human emotions and relationships, as well as its poetic and elegant writing style. It has had a significant influence on American literature and is often studied in universities and schools.
Housekeeping is a novel written by Marilynne Robinson, published in 1980. The novel is considered a masterpiece of contemporary American literature and has won numerous awards, including the Hemingway Foundation/PEN Award for Best First Novel and the National Book Critics Circle Award. The novel tells the story of Ruth and her sister Lucille, who are orphaned and sent to live with their grandmother in a small town in Idaho. Their grandmother dies and their Aunt Sylvie comes to live with them, bringing with her a sense of mystery and transience. Sylvie is a wanderer, and her presence disrupts the established order of the town and the family. Through a poetic and haunting prose, Housekeeping explores themes of loneliness, grief, and the search for identity. The novel is often praised for its lyrical writing style and its evocative descriptions of the natural world.
Claudius is a historical novel by Robert Graves, published in 1934. It is the first book in a Claudius series and tells the story of the Roman Emperor Claudius, who lived from 10 BCE to 54 CE. The novel is written as an autobiography, narrated by Claudius himself, who is often regarded as a bumbling fool by his family and peers due to his physical disabilities. However, as he recounts his life story, it becomes clear that he is a shrewd and observant individual who was able to navigate the dangerous political landscape of ancient Rome. The novel covers Claudius' life from his childhood to his ascension to the throne. Along the way, he witnesses and participates in many of the key events of the Julio-Claudian dynasty, including the reigns of Augustus, Tiberius, and Caligula. The novel is known for its vivid portrayal of Roman life and politics, as well as its engaging storytelling.